What he's inviting you to is a codependent dynamic right there. Welcome to the Live and Worry Academy YouTube channel, where we break down reality TV, social media, and celebrity gossip so you can get an understanding of toxic, narcissistic, and abusive dynamics and trauma, and what this can look like in real time. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe, hit that bell, and let's get into it. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber. Okay, how narcissistic types abuse and sabotage. We need to look at this. We need to look at this because we're seeing in this situation a toxic operate right before our eyes in this Justin situation. I think Justin is highly narcissistic. I've been calling this guy, and I only made, I was going to say since last year, but I only made one video about it. When that whole thing hit about Hailey Bieber being obsessed with Selena, my first question is, why would you do that? Why would you be obsessed with the ex-girlfriend when you're married to him? Unless, and I did a video about that back then, right? And now we have much more information about their relationship. And now we found out that she sold her makeup line, or whatever you call it, Rode, for $1 billion or close to $1 billion. Just got to say something. So now we have to go back to this opening where he's dressed up like an absolute clown at her opening ceremony. Crazy, don't you think? So I wanted to talk about how these toxic, narcissistic, and abusive people will abuse and sabotage you very covertly in the relationship while acting like they love you. Because I think I think this is more common than we think in relationships, in these toxic dynamics. And a lot of the time it works. Now, in her case, I feel like it worked, and it has worked. I have done a video that I'm holding back for a minute where she talks intimately about their relationship, and I break it down. I'll probably release it next week when the whole Hailey's Amazing crew has died down, because while she is really, really awesome for what she's done, she's basically done great things with that line. I think we need to look more critically at how she's looking at Justin. I did a video 2 weeks ago, and it was set to go out 2 weeks ago, but things have shifted, so I'm kind of delaying that one. Anyway, point is, the early red flags of their relationship are, do you remember when he was talking about being confused about Hailey? He was giving it the whole, I can see you as my wife, but I don't know because I'm confused, but I'm confused, but I'm confused, right? And here's the thing, Hailey did exactly what she should have done. But if you listen to her tell it, it sounds like he convinced her that she did something wrong and that she should, and that's how they get you. That's how they get you. They'll do something. Let me finish my thought. Yeah, it sounds as though she did something wrong. She believes she did something wrong because he was giving it the, oh, I love you, but I don't know, but I love you, but I don't know, but I love you, but I don't know. And what she did that he said was really hurtful, and she did things to hurt me. And he says that he stopped talking to her because of it. Well, she went on, she moved on. She did what she was supposed to do. You're confused? Okay, well, I don't want someone who's confused, so I'm going to go ahead and date someone else, is what she did. And in that, he was horrified and was dismayed and was like, oh my God, I can't believe that you did that to me. But you weren't sure. So what was she supposed to do? Go back and forth with you on this never-ending roller coaster, which is what it is. If a man's not sure, cut him off. You don't, because what he's wanting you to do is convince him, and you don't want to ever be that person, because what he's inviting you to is a codependent dynamic right there. Oh, no, love me, need me, no, I need you to want me. Oh, come on, I'm going to prove you. No. When a man's confused, you walk away. 110% every single time. No ifs, no buts, no maybes, no excuses. If he's confused, it's not you. And as painful as that might sound to you, you got to get it into your head. If he is confused, it is not you. Okay? The man needs to be sure and clear about you being the person, not you convincing him he's the person, because you're always going to be trying to convince him you're the person. constantly. So what he did was a reverse Uno on her. She moved away from the situation like she should, as she should. And then he managed to convince her that she did something wrong. She betrayed him in some way. And that made him think of her differently. Again, putting her in the proving situation. And that, unfortunately, worked. And that is how we have the Hailey that we have today, who's making excuses for someone who disrespects her in her face. That is how we got here. Right here. First red flag, his confusion. Whichever way she should have stayed away from that situation and taken absolutely no responsibility for moving away. Because isn't that what he wanted her to do? He wasn't clear on her, so obviously he wanted her to move on. Of course he didn't want her to move on. He wanted her to prove herself. And when she didn't prove herself and moved on with somebody else, he then punished her for moving away from classic narcissistic behavior, punished her for moving away and made it her fault anyway. And she fell for it. And then so from then on, she was a little bit lighter on him, like, oh, well, you know, I did do that thing to him. So this is why he's angry. No, he was always going to be angry. He was being angry in his confusion from the beginning. That was part of the animosity, to keep you on the run. That was part of it. So your first red flag is this confusion right here. If a man's confused, take it that it's not you. And keep it pushing. And if he tries to make out that that's what really hurt him, he should be more clear about what he wants. I don't know what he wants you to do about that. What are you supposed to do? Stay there and beg? What are you supposed to do? Absolutely not. She did the right thing, and then she was sucked in because they just change tactics, don't they? That's why you got to be away from them. You have to be away from them because they will just keep on turning the key until something clicks. And something will click. Right? So that's what he did. He kept on turning the key, something clicked. Now, the signs of sabotage in their relationship, the physical and emotional. We're going to talk about the physical first. Stuff like this. Why are you turning up to her event looking like you're about to go to the gym? Like, what are you doing? Her opening event, you're embarrassing her. You're saying by your physical stance that you are not taking her seriously. Why are you doing this? Sabotage. So now she's got to go to her opening event being embarrassed by you looking a state and put on a face like, oh no, it's totally okay, that's just him. When she knows that you're actually being quite disrespectful because she can feel it in her soul. But she's got to take that on with her to her opening whilst people take photographs of both of you together. This is a humiliation ritual right here. Oh, you're going to do a grand opening, are you? I'm going to make you feel so embarrassed. This is a humiliation ritual right here. And if he's doing this in public, think of what he was doing in private. Telling her she wouldn't get the cover of Vogue. We've spoken about that in the other video. Go ahead and check that out where I broke that down. But here's the thing about that. Guess who else was on the cover of Vogue? So we got, I think it was Kendall Jenner or Kylie Jenner, one of them. I think it was Kendall or I can't remember which one it was on the cover of Vogue. And it's in the last video where I spoke about how he congratulates her in a really healthy way, right? And that's his very good friend who turns out to be very attractive, right? He congratulates her just fine, but his wife, he can't manage to do it, right? But my point here is Selena was also on the cover of Vogue. The one that she has been obsessed with since the end of time. So saying that she's never going to get the cover of Vogue when you're a model and your ex, who your current wife is obsessed with, got the cover of Vogue, it puts a very different spin on things, don't you think? Yeah. Very different spin on things. I always thought that the triangulation was there from the beginning, hence why she had the obsession in the first place. Because no wife just decides, do you know what, I'm going to go ahead and totally obsess over his ex-girlfriend who is not even relevant to our lives in any shape or form. And I'm going to copy everything that she does moving forward because, yeah, she's not relevant. No wife is going to do that. Why would she do that? Because he's dripping the seeds of doubt like they do when they're triangulating, when they're narcissistic and abusive, making her feel like she's not, doesn't quite measure up to her. Because that's what they do. When they want you, they make you believe that the ex doesn't measure up to you. And then when they're tired of that, they'll flip it. And that's what he's done. Even in saying that she'll never make the cover, knowing that Selena made the cover, is him devaluing her, making her less than Selena in that situation. Because what are you trying to say? You saw the Instagram post that he put up, so we don't even need to go there. Let's watch. Okay, we've got 2 videos. We've got a load of videos, but I haven't put any of them up. Bear with me a minute whilst I get this stuff together.
Look at this. This was from the night of her beauty launch, and this is how he decided to show up to it.
Ridiculous.
He never wanted to be married to her. He never really liked her. He liked the idea of having a wife and being married.
No, I think you've missed the point. This is where we went left. Everything, here's the thing. Whenever you see someone acting in a negative way, why do people automatically take the power out of their hands and say, oh, you know, he never would just wanted to be with her. Yet for some reason, he seems to still be there. Why? This is not why he's doing this. Now that we've seen her launch, grow the road, her product, and basically sell it for $1 billion, we can see quite clearly what he was trying to do from the beginning. He was trying to sabotage that situation. And why is this significant? Because toxic, narcissistic, and abusive types will sabotage you with whatever you're trying to do. I forgot to say that in the beginning. It's key. If you're trying to start a business, they'll sabotage it. If you're trying to lose weight, they'll sabotage it. Anything that you're trying to do, they will make it very difficult for you to go about doing that thing. Why? Because it corrodes your self-esteem that you didn't get to do that thing. Now, they do it in a way at which it's not so much, it's not their fault. You can't pin them to the point. Right? Because you need to take responsibility in the end for not achieving that goal. It's never their fault. So they're going to do it in very covert ways, but they will sabotage you in those covert ways to make sure that you don't achieve your goals. Because when you don't achieve your goals, it impacts on your self-esteem. This is why they do it, just generally speaking. And they need your self-esteem to be low so that they can treat you the way that they want to be treating you. Right? So he's mistreating her anyway. So he can't have her go too far in achieving her goals, because then she's going to be out of reach, out of his control to a certain extent. So he's going to sabotage her the whole way along. And he does it physically and mentally by making her feel like she's less than. He's got to have her believing that she's less than, because then she's not going to really do what she needs to do. This is no accident. Let's continue to listen to what he says here.
Actually got it. He realized that this is not what I signed up for. I definitely think he's the problem just as much as she's the problem.
No, I think he got exactly what he signed up for. He got exactly what he signed up for. He tested her to make sure, to get her to prove herself. She didn't do it. And then he reroute the tactic so that he could get her to prove herself. And somewhere along the line, she's been doing it ever since. This is my interpretation of it. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section.
But this woman loves this man so much. She has been stalking him and following him since she was a little girl. Now that's real dedication. I think she has limerence. If you ever experienced limerence, you have like this insane obsession over a person. And I think that's...
Yeah, but limerence occurs when you're having a fictitious relationship with someone. She's actually in a relationship with him. So I think it's gone beyond limerence. Maybe there was limerence at some point in her stalking and obsessive days, but you can... I'm not going to call it limerence when you're actually with the person right? Because limerence is about having this romanticized fantasy in your mind. And it usually involves the other person not being there. I think that a toxic, narcissistic, and abusive person can prey on your limerent, your tendency to be limerent, to keep you or to rope you into a relationship with them. But would I still call it limerence when you're actually married with a child with them? I think I'd probably change the term. I get where she's going. She's delusional in regards to the way that she's looking at the situation. But no, I wouldn't use that term.
Exactly what she has. If she doesn't have that, these two have a contract.
Limerence is also a trauma response, by the way. So those who have been in traumatic situations can have a tendency to go into limerence rather than have real relationships with people. It's a thing. And they tend to go from one limerent situation to another, jump from one to another, which she doesn't seem to be doing. But yeah, anyway, let's keep going.
And they were supposed to get married. This is an arranged marriage that is deeper than what we know. A lot of celebrities get married because of money, because of family ties, because of private business. We will never know. But one thing we do know is that these two aren't made for each other. And what's scary about this is her veil. It says, "Till death do us part." And I know a lot of people thought that was cute, but that is actually a little creepy. This happens a lot in relationships. People get together, they get married.
The vows say "till death do us part," so I don't really understand how that's creepy. But okay, that's her take. Let's keep going.
They try to live this fairy tale life and they realize that they're not happy and this is not the life that they want. If y'all remember, during the time that they got together, he was a big party boy who stopped and gave his life to Christ. And during that time, he had a lot of people in his ear. And it was finally time for him to fulfill his agreement and marry her. And if you know Hollywood, you know everything comes with a price and everything has a deadline. I mean, look at all the videos of them together. He does not want to be around her and she is always chasing him. You kind of feel sorry for her. You kind of feel really sad because she was basically groomed and made for him. And a lot of people don't know this.
I don't know how she was groomed and made for him, but maybe she was. But I can see that she's not faring well from this situation. Listen to how Hailey talks about how they deal with conflict.
Nobody wants to respond. Something about tone as well, where it's like nobody wants to respond to somebody like attacking you or yelling at you or raising their voice. So when we come to each other, and it took time to learn what each other needed in an argument or in a conversation. And for him, a lot of it was tone, like, because when I get fired up, I get fired up. I don't know what else to say.
It's spicy.
Okay, one thing, let's pause that right there. It sounds like she's being tone police. Toxic, narcissistic, and abusive types like to do this. And so when they don't have an argument for what you're saying, they'll say, "Oh, it's the way that you said it," so that they can avoid addressing the issue at hand. That's what that tells me. She's being tone policed and has done a lot of work to try and say things that he doesn't like in a way that he can receive it, which is in no way whatsoever because he doesn't want to hear it. You know what I mean? But let's keep going.
See, honey. Like, annoyed, like, you know, I'm from New York and I get loud and I talk with my hands. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. You're like a nice, relaxed Canadian guy. I don't know what you want me to say. So I had to really...
Nice, covert, narcissistic, abusive guy, you mean? But keep going.
Work on that, where I had to just be able to be like, it makes me feel this way, you know, like.
Right. And you're going to get a lot of that in these narcissistic and abusive dynamics because they're not concerned about your well-being. So they're not going to be investigative of what you're going through. Instead, they're going to use the way that you're expressing yourself as a way of avoiding getting into what you're going through because they don't actually care. Okay? Key. Let's have a listen to what Selena had to say about the relationship before, they broke up, or after they broke up. Because I made a point of saying that, she said that he was abusive, right? Let's have a listen.
I know him though, and I know that I felt like I know him though, and I know that I know his heart, and I know what he would do to hurt me. But I didn't realize that I feeling so confident, feeling so great about myself, and then it just be completely shattered by one thing, by something so stupid. But then you make me feel crazy. You make me feel like it's my fault. I was in pain.
It's dangerous to stay, and
So this is her talking about her experience with Justin. Let's keep going.
a victim mentality. And I'm not being disrespectful. I do feel I was a victim to certain abuse. And
You mean emotional abuse?
Yes, and I think that it's something that I had to find a way to understand it as an adult, and I had to understand the choices I was making.
You promised the world and
Like, he used to make her feel inadequate by saying that he's into models, skinny, thin, stick models, which she wasn't. So she would starve herself in order to get that figure for him. And then guess who he was cheating with? Actual models. So that's going to take its toll, on top of being emotionally abused anyway. So I'm sure that wasn't the only thing that he was doing. And that was to Selena, apparently the one that he loved the most. The one that he's like making Hailey feel is better than her in his covert way. That's what he was doing to her. So like I said, they flip and change it. You're not special. Pause. I want to take a moment to encourage you to join our Warrior Living support group, where we decenter toxic, narcissistic, and generally abusive dynamics and commit to living a healthier, toxic-free lifestyle. Link in description box. Let's keep going.
I fell for it. I put you first and you adored it. Set fires to my forest.
I think she wrote that after he got married to Hailey, right?
And you let it burn, sang off key in my chorus, 'cause it wasn't yours.
Yeah, it was a lot. He did a lot to her. He did a lot to her. So, yeah, that was before he went and married Hailey. So we can't be surprised at his behavior here. Again, this early red flags, I don't believe. Yeah. And it certainly explains his behavior. And if he was emotionally abusive to Selena, he's emotionally abusive. And we've seen traits of his emotional abuse towards Hailey firsthand. We've seen it firsthand. So we know it's there, which kind of explains her long-term obsession with, long-standing obsession with Selena in the first place. Because like I said, they flip and change. He would have flipped it and made it look as though, Selena was better once he was with Hailey. And he made a mistake and he didn't really understand, and all these other subliminals that he would have been throwing out. So anyway, the last thing that he did with the Vogue cover, Selena put out a post basically supporting Hailey and saying, yeah, basically, don't pay any attention to him. You're beautiful, you're amazing. Because she knows what she's going through, right? And she's had enough distance from the situation to be like, yeah, no, this guy is disgusting. Hold your head up, girl. Don't pay any attention. Have a listen.
Of Selena Gomez on his Instagram story. Justin Bieber continues to sub Selena Gomez on his Instagram story and a new Instagram post. Now, this all stems from when Hailey Bieber posted her US Vogue cover and Justin Bieber congratulated her in the weirdest way, basically embarrassing her all over social media. To which that Selena Gomez made this beautiful post towards Hailey Bieber saying that she matters, that her voice matters, her heart matters, that she's worth much more than she knows. You know who you are and I'm cheering you on. Basically saying, Hailey Bieber, you deserve more. We can infer that post was about Hailey because that same day she liked this post from Sephora announcing that Rhode Beauty will be joining their stores. And it looks like those comments struck a nerve with Justin Bieber because he posted telling other humans.
Of course it did, because that was the other person that he had done this to, so he would not have wanted her to be saying stuff like that. No, we're gonna have no female solidarity. What are we doing? No, no. Absolutely not. You can't be friends. That's not a thing. Let's keep going.
Humans, they deserve something is like raising someone else's kids. Who are you to tell someone that someone should or shouldn't have? The audacity. That's not your place. God decides what we deserve. He doubled down on this idea by posting to his story.
Question, why are you so upset that she says that she deserves well, yeah, I suppose you'd be upset if someone said that you deserve better, even if but she's right. Your statement was atrocious, beyond disgusting. I don't know what you expected, but let's keep going.
God determines who is worthy. God determines who deserves what, not you and me. He then later started preaching about loyalty, saying, please stop using loyalty to keep people around you out of your own fear. It's hurting us, which people are assuming he's talking about Selena Gomez always running to her fan base to defend her. And the Selenators are always 10 toes behind Selena. At this point, I'm convinced Justin's watching Selena's every online move like a hawk. And I feel like there's something deeper going on that we're just not seeing anymore.
I think we are seeing is the thing. Something deeper going on that we're not seeing anymore. I think we are seeing is the thing. Anyway, let's go back over here. What else? So the reaction, not great, but he's clearly got things going on. Now, I hear that there are some rumors about him cheating, which will be the next thing. It wouldn't surprise me if he is cheating or whatever the case might be, because he's got to take it a step further now, because Hailey's getting a little bit outside of her box. You know what I mean? Selling Rhode for $1 billion and getting all this praise from the public and being praised for being a girl boss. Absolutely not. He keeps on and has been since the beginning, reminding the public that he never wanted to be with her in some shape or form all the time. He is feeding the narrative of Justin and her not belonging together in some shape or form. He's either crashing out about Selena, or he's disrespecting her in public, or he's humiliating her on the Vogue cover, even though inside in the feature, she was talking about Justin being her biggest supporter and kind of like sheltering her from the haters. At the same time, he's the one reminding the world that he does not love this woman in very subliminal ways all the time, because he likes the narrative. He likes his fan dogpiling on her. He likes it. That is why he's always doing these things. He needs them to be dogpiling on her. He doesn't want everybody cheering her on. Absolutely not. So now that she's kind of girl bossing it and everybody's kind of like celebrating her, it wouldn't surprise me if he cheats on her. Because he's got to take it a step further now, doesn't he? He's got to. She's looking a bit too girl bossy like. But let's see what the public court of public opinion have to say.
Hailey in their relationship at this point, and she allegedly won't realize it until after she leaves him.
Wait.
Justin Bieber is allegedly abusing Hailey in their relationship at this point, and she allegedly won't realize it until after she leaves him. This comes just after he took the attention away from her Vogue cover and amid allegations that he's seriously struggling with substance use. Everything in this video is alleged, not confirmation of validity of allegations. When the A-list celebrity finally wakes up and leaves her marriage, she is going to realize how much she has been abused. And again, this allegedly Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber. And the related blind items starting back in March read, the North of the Border singer does everything he can to sabotage his marriage. His celebrity wife is the one keeping everything together. And in April, the North of the Border singer does anything and everything to not spend any time at home, and when he is home, locks himself in his studio so he can quote unquote work. In May,
so neglect, emotional neglect right there. Let's keep going.
You can just tell the North of the Border singer is done with his wife. He just shows her zero respect. And after his Mother's Day post, at least with his first post, the North of the Border singer was just generalizing hate for a day. In his second post, he made it perfectly clear he was trashing his wife. And this also comes amid allegations that he is a victim of Sean Diddy Combs and that is bringing up a lot of turmoil for him. This one reads, the North of the...
Didn't he confirm that he wasn't actually a victim of Sean Diddy Combs, but, you know, let's keep going.
Border singer, quote unquote, is one of the victims of the producer / wannabe rapper. He has mentioned it in the past. He has been victimized by more than just him, though. And the related headline reads, Justin Bieber apologizes for telling wife Hailey she would never be a Vogue cover star while praising her new Vogue cover.
Ridiculous. Next.
Situation shows me that if you are not a man's dream girl, he will treat you like garbage every single day.
No. If you're not a man's dream girl and he's not a POS, he's going to leave you. He's not going to be with you. He's going to find his dream girl. If he's toxic, narcissistic, and abusive, he's going to do what she's just said.
Now, I'm not bringing up Selena Gomez because this has nothing to do with Selena Gomez. For whatever reason, Justin cannot stand Hailey. He maybe likes the idea of Hailey, but he cannot stand this woman. That she comes.
Why doesn't he just leave her? I'm just confused at why people keep saying this. Yeah, still take it out of his hands to leave. He can literally walk out the door at any point in time. Why is he still there? Guys in the comments, tell me some reasons for why Justin stays in that relationship if he hates Hailey so much. Why is the world disempowering this man in this way? I'm confused. What am I missing? Tell me. I'm open to hearing.
Comes out in a Vogue cover, which is such a amazing accolade, and this man's caption is, oh, I one time got in a fight because I told Hailey she would never be in the cover of Vogue when she was on the cover of Vogue, which really means, if you really analyze what he's saying, is you will never be on the cover of Vogue without me being there. Your relevancy is me.
So there's another angle to take, and that's key too, because wasn't she, that's true. She was on the cover of Vogue with Bieber, so that's another angle to take. Not only was Selena on the cover of Vogue on her own, and General Kendall on the, General Kendall, you get what I mean. Kylie and Jenna, Kendall, whichever one it was, I can't remember which Kardashian it was, his friend got on the cover on their own, and now he's saying that she can't get on the cover on her own. Yeah, makes it even worse if they were on there together.
Basically, you are nothing without me. It's honestly insane work. This man has treated this woman like every time he has to humble her at all times. And it has nothing to do with Hailey. I just want to preface this. Hailey, I don't think has done anything technically wrong in the matter. I think she's a gorgeous woman. I think that she has her shit together. I don't think she did anything wrong. It's the same way that Charles treated Diana. Diana was not Charles' dream girl. Diana, mind you, was objectively prettier, more charismatic, gave the mother his 2 children.
Yeah, but Charles was abusive. I'm just, again, what?
More popular or whatever. And he did not want Diana from the beginning with. He always wanted Camilla. Justin does not want Hailey. I'm not saying he wants Selena, before everybody goes on me. He does not want Hailey. He wants to diminish her at all times. And my wish for Hailey is for her to find another man. She needs to go find, and I have no issues with Justin Bieber. I love his music. I love his style. She needs to go find someone else. Hailey needs to find a elegant, model slash like refined, maybe a lord, like something like that. Okay, something like very, because even her appearance versus Justin's appearance, Justin looks like a child compared to Hailey. She needs like a David Beckham. Okay, she needs something like that, because Justin ain't doing it for her, and he is like, with a husband like that, who needs enemies? Like literally, who needs enemies? And before you think I'm reading too much into this, in April 2016, Kendall Jenner was on the cover of Vogue, his friend, and he captured, "Congrats, Ken, you look beautiful." Why couldn't he do the same thing for Hailey? Like, why did he have to say that horrible story publicly? Not only that you were convinced that your wife would never do it, but you want everyone to know that you really never thought that your wife can do it, and that you were actually sadly mistaken that she did do it. This man is horrible to her. Horrible. Hailey, run. Run.
Horrible. Yeah. But I don't like the way that we minimize it and say, it's because he doesn't want her. It's got nothing to do. This is a character flaw. It's not an attraction situation. It's a character flaw. And we've got to get that into our heads, ladies. Okay, let's keep going.
Now, Justin, we all know a simple congratulations would have went a long way. This man makes it his mission every 3 to 5 business days to remind us that he hates his wife.
And he does.
At this point, you have to hate her. Your wife made the cover of Vogue, and you decided you wanted to highlight an argument y'all had in the past. You wanted to remind her that you didn't believe in her. I think everyone would have been okay without knowing that. That did not need to be public knowledge. A simple, babe, you're beautiful, babe, I'm proud of you, babe, congratulations, would have been fine. I fear this is what they mean when they say your man is your biggest hater. I fear that Justin is Hailey's biggest op. At this point, I feel bad for the girl. Can't even celebrate the cover of Vogue without your husband making you feel like you're not enough.
Disgusting, really. Guys, give this video a thumbs up.
So word on the street that Mr. Justin Bieber is cheating on Holly. How the fuck you say her name? I don't know. I'm not good at pronouncing names, but y'all can let me know how to say the goddamn names. Fuck shit. But yeah, word on the street saying Justin Bieber is cheating on her, which I'm not really shocked, because the way he looks like he tired of her. So, especially this woman has been stalking him his whole fucking career, so she got what she wanted. But the funniest thing about this whole situation, now he's cheating on her ass. Like, girl, you chased him down.
Who did he cheat on her with? I don't know. This is a rumor that's going around. It wouldn't shock me if he did, but I don't know any details about this.
Like, down. Finally captured him. Finally caught him. Now he's cheating on your ass. Like, I don't know. I don't have no comment. I'm not shocked. I'm just like, oh. Kind of felt that was coming anyway, but I don't know. I love y'all. God bless y'all.
It is coming.
Just let me know how y'all feel about
this situation. Definitely coming.
I'm not shocked. I knew this shit was coming. But I love y'all. God bless y'all.
Vogue interview being about how she is rising above the hate and being like,
yeah,
the irony of Hailey Bieber's Vogue interview being about how she is rising above the hate and being like, fuck you bitches, you're just hating on me for no reason, and then having her number one op be her husband is not lost on me. Using the phrase sadly mistaken completely wrong just points to the fact that he's just not that bright. Okay, he did not have a formal education. He's also just not emotionally intelligent, just like most child stars. I mean, look at JoJo Siwa. I also just think that he treats her like a fan. That's how their relationship started. He's just been gassed up since he was like 12 years old. So he's not willing to share the spotlight either. He likes to have Hailey knocked down a few notches for sure. He seems to like to fuck up her big moments. Like, their relationship could be visually represented by that road event where he showed up looking like a 7-year-old boy and she was dressed up in the red dress. The Jenners must also text each other about this. Like, you know that there's an immediate screenshot.
Like, can you imagine that conversation that she would have had with him? That had to be a really embarrassing moment for her. Like, why would he do that?
Taken, and then they're like, oh my god, he's at it again.
If not to sabotage her and ruin her moment, ruin her day, ruin the announcement, ruin the event. If not, there's no other reason.
I wonder what they think when she has him rolling into like dinners at that sushi place. They're always going to that strip mall sushi place, and he's dressed so ridiculously he can't pull up his pants. I just wonder, does she sell road?
You know, in his spare time, whatever, but on special occasions, what is he doing? That is where I draw the line. It's like, no.
Does she take that money and run? Like, that's what I would advise.
Well, there are some people saying that she's going to take that money to help him get out of financial debt. I don't know how true that is.
Sources are saying that Justin Bieber... The drama is starting. Sources are saying that Justin Bieber is allegedly dealing with jealousy when it comes to Hailey. Girl, what in the Gypsy Rose? So, the article is saying that allegedly Justin is having some jealousy issues when it comes to Hailey's success. In fact, they are allegedly at the breaking point and tension is at an all-time high due to Justin being jealous and obsessed with being the dominant figure in their relationship. The source, who is allegedly a friend and a confidant, adds that Hailey's recent success feels like a blow to his ego and that he cannot stand the idea of being the number 2 in their relationship now. They also note that it's disappointing to see him act like this. Let's talk about it. Best friend. I just got back from Pride, bitch. Okay, glitter. Let me tell you something, okay? First of all, it has been a definitely huge month for Miss Hailey Bieber. We got her going to Sephora, we got the Vogue cover, and we got her, of course, the biggest thing, bitch, selling road for $1 billion. So Justin is like, what is happening?
We would have seen that all leading, it would have been all coming up. He would have known the whole play.
Happening here? What I think is happening is that he was always the biggest star in the world. Now, let's say this is alleged. Okay, this is all alleged. Let's say that this is real and that Justin is allegedly jealous of Hailey Bieber. Best friend, let me tell you something, okay, girl? The fact that Hailey Bieber is a breadwinner now, listen, you know what that's called? Machista mentality. You know what machista is? It's like those men who think that they need to always be the ones who are the powerful and stuff. I don't know if I see Justin Bieber acting like that or being like that. But I don't know, girl. I'm going to say, take this, of course, with a grain of salt. It's all alleged. I don't know if I see Justin Bieber in that. I feel like he does like to be number 1, but I don't think he's the type of guy who is like, oh, you know, my wife, she shouldn't be making more than I do. You know, I don't see him doing that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I mean, the guy wears leggings, for Christ's sake. I think he's very, very the opposite of what they're trying to say. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that follow for more tea. And happy Pride, bitches!
I think just because someone isn't coming out and saying directly that they don't want certain things doesn't mean that they don't believe it and they don't think it and are not operating under those ideas anyway. I think that just because someone appears to be laid back doesn't mean that they are laid back. And I think that his behavior has shown us firsthand that he has no respect or real, genuine, well wishes for Hailey. That's what I think. You guys tell me your thoughts in the comments, but that's what I think. Oh, I'm getting so tired here. We're going to do the last one now. So in conclusion, this is just Justin hating Hailey because Hailey did something. Sorry, this is not Justin hating Hailey because Hailey did something. This is Justin just being Justin, basically, is what I wanted to say. This is him being him. He's highly narcissistic, which is always going to be abusive. That character is always going to be abusive. There's no way around it, okay?
It was love and all of the above, but you want to suffer. Trauma recovery. Yeah, trauma recovery. Toxic recovery. Trauma recovery. Toxic recovery.